Hello there, this is Michelle Sizemore at michellesizemore.com, and that is Michelle with one L in my website link. I'm a Creative Memories advisor, and today you'll learn how to make this quick and easy page using Creative Memories tools and the Tropic Time Collection. I'm going to set this aside and show you the papers and embellishments that I used. And this is a power sleeve, which is just a temporary holding place to put things that you're using to work on a project. It's open on two sides and things just slip in there real easy. And these are the papers that I used. I used these colors for the circles. I used this for the background, and I used this for the top strip. And then I used this from the photo mat pack, and that is it for the papers embellishments. So I'm going to set this aside and we'll get started. First thing I want to do is cut this strip right here. It is just a 1.5 inch strip of paper using this paper. I'm going to use my 12-inch trimmer. Line my paper up at the 1.5 inch mark right here at the top, right here. Make sure it's straight all the way down and cut with a straight blade. Very easy. Did that, and then the next thing I want to do is show you how to cut circles. Now, this is a great way to keep your extra circles and squares and things after you cut them, or embellishments or pens, pencils, things like that. It's a little box that we sell, and I've cut out all these circles as I've been playing around with this collection, and I just store them here for now. I think it's a great place to store them. But I've already picked out the circles that I actually used on this page in here, and I've got another Power Project sleeve with my scraps. These are my papers that I have scraps for, because I always try to use those up first instead of full sheets. Okay, I've already cut my top border. Now I just need to add my circles. I've already cut out these circles, but I'll show you how I did that. First, I have to find my circle punch. Here it is, right here. And I will punch out a couple of circles from my scraps. And you want to get as close to the edge and the next thing you punched as possible. And one way to know, to make sure you're not punching into something that's already been punched out, is to look at it from the bottom. And as you can see, it covers up the whole circle with paper, so it's going to be good to cut right there. Okay, so I'm going to cut a circle here. Punch, and then come down. Just to show you how to cut out a few. All right. So I did those with all of these colors. These two colors plus the yellow, which is somewhere. Okay. So the next thing I need to do is mount my circles onto the back of my strip. Okay. I'm going to leave this here to look at. I don't know if y'all can see that over here, but I think you can. And I'm just going to put my circles in the same spot I did on the sample. Now, I'm going to put a little repositionable tape runner. I'll put more after I get them into position, but just a little to kind of anchor it. And I cover up more than half of it. I would say almost 3/4 of the circle I'm going to cover up. Okay, like that. And then I just sort of, oops, that didn't work. I need a little bit more tape runner than that. Press down. Okay, I'm going to put a little tape runner on the top of this one and mount it like that. And then my next one, and they overlap just a little bit. Oops, I'm sorry. I need to actually put it on the top of the front of it. And just sort of line them up. And so they overlap each other a little bit to get this kind of scallop look. And I actually think as I look at this, I actually covered up more than that of it. There's really just kind of a little bit of the bottom peeking out. You could almost cut the top off and use it on something else because there's so little that shows. But you get the idea. This already has the tape runner on it. Okay, and you just continue on until you're done at the end, and then you get your border. It's really easy. All right, I'm going to set these aside, and these extra circles I'll just store here, keep them from wrinkling up and keep them together. And then I used this paper for my background. It's from Tropic Time, and it just like has a subtle line to it. I like backgrounds like that are not overpowering, but they do have a little monochromatic look, a little texture to it. And then I mounted my border strip up here. Just put some repositionable tape runner on the back so that it looks like this. And then I'll show you how I got my photo mats. It's really easy. You always want your, well, it depends on how much mat you want to show. I usually like a skinny mat like this. And I don't always mat my photos. Most of the time I don't. But I did want to show you how to do that. That it is pretty to do that. Sometimes I just get into quick and easy mode and I don't mat all my photos. But if a photo is 4x6, you want to just cut your mat 1/4 of an inch bigger. So it would be 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So, you know, if you had a 3x5 photo, you would cut it 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. But all these are 4x6. So I'm just going to take these. These cards are just pretend photos. Okay. So I'll just take this. Well, let's see what color I have. I'll do this one and cut this kind of aqua blue mat to show you how I did it. So all you do is take a trimmer. I'm going to open up the arm, clear away everything. Now this, another thing with this trimmer is it has a little foot that pops out. So when you use the arm, it's good to have that little foot popped out so that it keeps everything level at the same level. Okay, so I'm going to cut 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut 6 1/4. So I'm going to match it up at the top. There's 6 inches, there's 1/4, there's 1/2. So I'm going to go right here on the 1/4, 6 1/4 inches, and cut. And then flip it and go 4 1/4, which is right there. I'm going to line it up at 4 1/4 and cut. And then I have my mat, and it should be perfect to fit, to create a skinny mat around this photo. Pretend photo. Yep. So on my photo, I would just put some tape runner, definitely at every corner, and then maybe in the middle of every side. And then mat your photo like that. Easy. Easy, easy. And you would do the same thing with this and this, using these colors of paper. And then this is from a photo mat, and I want to show you what I did. It was bigger, but I cut it down to make it fit. And of course, at the moment right now, I cannot find it. So bottom line, you just take your photo mat. It was like a 4x6, I think. And I just kind of measured how big I wanted it, and I cut it with my trimmer to make a little title up here. So those photo mats are versatile. If you cut, sometimes you can cut things in a circle or an oval or just a rectangle. I picked a rectangle because I thought that was really cute. Thank y'all for watching my video, and hope you have a great day.